There I am. Second time I think I'm talking about this video, but what it comes down to is the N word, nigga. Context. This is obvious when someone says, "What up, nigga?" and as you can sense in their mind, you somewhat get in touch with their mind, their being, right, their brain, whatever they're feeling inside. You know it's bad. But can you read the? Hey, what up, nigga? Is that bad? Are you really disturbed by the N? Is it the N word? Or you don't understand it? You see a lot. I mean, you could go on and on, but it's about the word is tone. It's like for example, could you understand not just the context, but the tone of the word? Without your little mental manipulation, whatever sensory you deprived people really have. You have other senses. I give you that. Some 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to label that sense. I don't even care. You have those senses, but do you have like body language, the tone of the voice, like I mean, I gotta work on my vocal cords there, right? Obviously, I'm not a Benjamin here, but is my tone breaking, or my pitch rather, whatever. But could you possibly know that? You don't have to be a musical expert. It's a simple biological on planet Earth for beings, even of different species, to know that. Like let me see what else. What else I going on for this? It was that lyric. Take the cold from your eyes. And someone, I don't know. I don't know if it not enough work. Just I don't know if people care, but it's like someone worded it to me. Someone mentioned it to me that they were told about that. What that means. Like when a tear comes down your eye, it's cold. And when that reminds me of it in my cat and tear in her eyes and my ex-girlfriend Cynthia. When she had tears on her eyes about just being abused and a bunch of people harassing her, and she thought she was gonna take her life, and she was saying things. It was a lot of stuff. I'm not putting into one detail, but take the cold out your eyes. We'll make it through. Make it through. I feel for you. I feel for you. Something like that. I had a lot of these little things written down. I'll come back to it, this and that. And the issue is, once you're in a moment you feel something, you wanna write it at that. At least in my writings, and this is off topic here, but it has something to do with, just being honest and integrity. When you sit down and write this stuff, the first draft is not gonna be, a masterpiece. I mean, this is a good song. I really like this song, Never Again. I do like his voice and how it sang, but it's not as romantic. Life is not as romantic as glamorous like that. You're gonna pick the same words going through your life when you're experiencing something, and it's gonna be the Never Again song. You're not gonna go through life. You're not gonna freestyle. I mean, freestyle for better word. Just get in a booth and just sing something like. I mean, you gotta practice this and that. But let's say the original version you write it is the first draft. You gotta rewrite it and you gotta practice your tone, your pitch. I mean, you gotta get the right kind of symphony beside it. But then there's people that don't even understand that, couldn't do it. And they don't even understand, the simple terms in that song. It's like, why do you even like it then, Makes you feel like other people and just, you get into it. You just get like, wow, consumed by it, just hyper with it. Is that just, I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But I could get really into the song, but, every time I listen to it, I think about my ex-girlfriend and I think about my cat. It's like, 2 feet away from me. She was abused. Never again, But still, that's happening. A couple minutes ago when I was trying to eat, and I was gonna make a video about Vietnam and communism. I mean, like a while ago, someone called me a commie. It's like, well, how am I a communist, man? I thought to myself, you dirty commie, dirty commie. It's not because I came from a communist country, is it? It's like that's like the worst evil thing to you, right? And my point to obviously, I told something in the chat. I don't think I told I was speaking, but you can feel, you can sense it, right? And it's like, you can have a communist government, this and that. There's probably people in communist government that are actually just decent individuals. And those people in Vietnam, I'm just saying, putting farmers walking around, American soldiers shooting at them, or just shooting other Vietnamese, and Vietnamese shooting other people. It's like in a time of war, I mean, are you really defending the system of communism and democracy? Is that what you're fighting for? You know, and let's just say, you're in a communist country like Vietnam or China, or Vietnam, where that war in Vietnam was. Like, what else you gonna do? You're not gonna go to war? And I'll say you program this and that. Maybe, well, that system is over, but you're not gonna fight. And then, you're shooting somebody, you're shooting a decent person. And a lot of people are just, evil, creepy people. There's people like the military as well, Just because, you serve, yeah, great, you got in a war. You did your time, especially World War II, this and that. But it's like, I mean, we're all just killing and slaughtering each other, And there's people out there, who perpetuate communist. After that, I pointed people how people in the chat were just pedophiles. And they have too much to say about that. One of them, Daryl, he works for VonLive.tv, He's like, oh, to this guy Yoshi, welcome to the pedophile club. After, I asked him repeatedly if he molested like a 13-year-old boy or something, And he made a joke, and I said child molester, and this guy, Bubba Ganoush, was like, no, I don't want that talking here. Oh, sir, don't bring that talking here. Why you do that? And then that grown man, I think, called me a commie. It's like, how far are you gonna go to defend a certain political system? It's that too. It's like, what do you have with the political system? You're gonna slaughter a bunch of people for a certain belief, principles, even though, in a communist law, the government has a lot of power, financially and a lot of otherwise. And those people that probably lived in communist Vietnam, communist China, communist Poland, they had a sense of freedom, even though maybe they weren't rich. And so people were making good money, but they had a certain mentality about them. They understood life, And maybe a lot of them were just troubled how everybody else is, And then what, you're going to pick up a weapon and, and just fight for, like, this, that belief? You have the most democratic system, in the world. And there will be corruption. There will be people doing a lot of heinous stuff. Are you really going to defend something based on a tax code, property tax, or like, the liberty what is this, with your and your closed-mindedness there? It's 2022, The war in Vietnam started, as far as I read, that China, Vietnam, and, USSR was a communist, Poland was communism, and communism was going to spread to the world. That's what I read. It was a red scare. It was scared of, I don't know if it's China or Russia, but it was just like Stalin rule or something like that, The sickle with the hammer, production, but it's like, and that's what I have it ingrained there. But I'm pretty sure it came down to money eventually as well. Imagine they become communist and, United States is a capitalist country, democracy. I mean, they're going to do business. After that, it was the 60s. There was a Cold War, It had something to do with Poland as well. Poland was in it too. They had they had martial law. It was around that time. It was around late 70s, early 80s, I believe. Something like that. Maybe 70s. But it's just like, people don't trade. They have embargoes, sanctions. United States puts a lot of embargoes on sanctions too. Let's start with that. This incident happened when countries couldn't have water. United States blocked them off. Right? And this country isn't a communist country. And how many people they slaughtered in Vietnam? How many of them freaking died? U.S. soldiers. You really, are you really gonna perpetuate that communist is evil bullshit on fucking what? Animal Farm, right? When did I make a video about Animal Farm? Is that what you said that? Are you gonna perpetuate this nonsense about minuscule disorder about, oh, I'm a communist? How am I Marxist? I never read the Marxist theory. I talked about it might be on paper, a lot of you don't look good on paper, meaning like when you text and stuff. You really don't look that good. Imagine World War II. World War II, Adolf Hitler, in the 30s, he came to power as a Nazi socialist party. And, people just say Volkswagen doesn't mean for the people or something like that. That's what I read. But, it wasn't just Volkswagen. The BMW came out of that. They started building highways like you wouldn't believe. Actually, I think it still had better highways than here in the United States of America. And that was Adolf Hitler perpetuating that stuff. You know, you cut off, you got sanctions on them, right? And you know they got destroyed for World War One, but the war institutions. What about the rest of the fucking the institutions for you fucking people in America? They were me a fucking communist? I have a logic and reason, you know. And by the way, going to that, you know, Hitler, Nazi Germany, that should create Fanta or something. They did a lot of stuff. They had Man with Minds, but you know, what I'm talking about here, there was probably good, decent people there too, you know. Yeah, did they get pushed into, you know, slaughtering people and giving a whole, oh, it was just horrible. World War II was horrible as well, you know. And you know, the irony was, the person that called me communist supports Nazism, neo-Nazi Adolf Hitler. I mean, like, are you really that demented? The guy you hang out with freaking loves, not just communism, he loves destruction and Holocaust. He perpetuates that nonsense. He will slaughter you if you're like, you know, you get a suntan or something. I mean, some narrow-minded stuff. And I'm not even talking about pedophilia and child molestation and rape allegations that this guy over there throws out. And a lot of people probably promote that shit. You don't care about that. You care about communism? That's the most evil in the world? Are you that fucking deluded, narrow-minded, or you think you're going to get me angry? You know, when did your brain stop working there, buddy? When you realized that was, you know, in the news that was the worst thing in the world. You know? Yeah, that 1984 or some shit, right? It was written in the 60s. When was Adam Farm written? I know it's too late for you to open your mind. It's not that you're an old person. You're just narrow-minded. Something in your mind stopped working a long time ago. Like you just, you know, you're fixated on that or something. I'm not gonna play with you guys anymore. I never did. You know, this is not insulting me. It's just like ridiculous. Commie. You should have called me a dirty commie. Because I only showered in the morning today. Actually, no, I didn't shower, so you could have called me a dirty commie. You know what the crazy part is? A lot of people in this world love to fight each other, grade each other, go to war, this and that. You know? I mean, you know, Ganusha was like, yeah, let's, you know, let's come over and destroy this place. Well, you know, how do you feel about, you know, I don't say the Polish War, the war in Poland, but those missile strikes in Poland. Like, I don't care about that Polish shit or some shit like that. Me neither. But I do care about it. I do go and watch it. I don't want to, you know, I want to get, anxious like this, that happened, and that and the other thing. You know? I know I'm not the only one here. There's people like me that they want peace and they, you know, they want to live a good life. The thing is, people that's narrow-minded, they hate something good. It's really that simple. You know? There's that book, you know, for Psychology for Dummies, you know, Italian for Dummies or something. Is it really that? Italian for Dummies, you know. Let me dumb this down for you. You don't like good, I don't like bad. It's really that simple. Like, how can you like love the attention, respect of a sentient being like a cat or a dog? You know, especially when, you know, you want to torture that being or hate the person that actually likes or feels compassion and feels respect, but also spends time with that creature and he enjoys them, and you hate the fact. How creepy and evil are you? How bad are you inside? And you go around perpetuating this madness of communism. Look what capitalism did. Look what greed did for the world. Let's say, let's say the whole world's capitalist, and you were all, well, let me see, conservative Republican, right? Everything went peachy hunky dory, huh? You were in that great time. People play the same game, but you have different ways to show it. You already do. I don't care about this conservative liberal nonsense. Nah, because it's hip to say, I'm an independent, I always was, but it's not about that. I don't care about any political affiliation. It's much deeper than that, you know? We have so many things to make this world a better place, have better lives, better trade deals, better everything. And people just manipulate, degrade it for what? I mean, you know you're evil and creepy and disturbing, all of you. And it's like, I don't care if you're narrow-minded or something like that. I really don't care. I mean, I do care. I just don't want it around me. It's just annoying and frustrating, you know? It's like arguing with a toddler or something. Yeah, you are. I mean, I do feel kind of bad, but it's like, I don't know where to go from here. Like, you know, it's like, you didn't hurt me. Just like, really? Like, how old are you, man? you know. And the irony was, I was recording in the room, and I think I was speaking on on audio, and I just saw, oh, Yoshi, this guy, like he says one thing, I say two, three things, just shuts up, and then he says, oh, you thinking that long to respond to him? Jeez, bro, you're so freaking ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't get me angry. I'm just like, and then like 2 weeks ago, you're like, I admit I'm at 4 minutes. You must have felt bad, right? You must have felt degraded. I can't take it anymore. You felt like, you feel like opening about your stupidity and your disgrace and this and that. And now you got muscle, you got all friends, you got jovial, and now you're playing this retard. I mean, this idiotic gaming with me again. It's like, I'm not gonna point to obvious how people just treat war as a joke. And I believe the months ago I played with it. I believe like destroying this whole fucking world over again, but not like a nuclear holocaust or some shit like that. I don't know what it takes. Because a lot of these people that just love evil. Like, how are you going to incarcerate all these people? There's people molesting children out there, and they promote that. But you can't say molest children. But pedophilia is alright. A grown man smacking his chest, like, hey, baby, I'm a rape, is alright. He has sex with, like, a 13-year-old? And he's in his 30s? And and I'm going to be quite back. And then, like... It'd be nice if people that hate me, want to stand against me, could go on my last Ease 3 channel on YouTube. Don't go to Lucas 79 channel. It's not for you. You'll be bitter and angrier. You might be less angrier at this channel's views and just watch some of them. Especially from the internet channels and a lot of touch at sociologists, psychologists, human behavior and all of that. But I don't know if you'll understand it, the words, I don't know how it works. Like if you watch me on video, you will understand. You gotta like experience what I'm experiencing, something like that. Ooh, I didn't eat something fun today. I think you're creepy and corny, but it was hilarious too, for you to say that. Like, Jesus, it's like, you're gonna fight over not just semantics, but something not as simple, but something that just is not as relevant. Even in today's world, even in 30, 45, 50 years ago. Look at your healthcare system. Look at your law enforcement. Look at your political system. Look at your president. Look at, I don't know, your education. Look at your highways. Look at your bridges. Look at you. And you're going to point to like a political system that might be unfair. Is anything else fair around you, including you and your little friends? Think about it. Because I know you don't care. I do.